Next on the agenda is power.
This is the basic, simple system we need to get done today. Me and John are going to start working on linking all the batteries together.
Mike's plan is to daisy chain the batteries in parallel to maximize the available amperage, then convert the direct current to household AC using an inverter.
Unless we can figure out a way of recharging those batteries, that's going to be a very short-lived idea.
Batteries are getting really low, Mike. I think we've got to come some sort of generation. I'm thinking about an idea to run a small engine and run an alternator.
A simple generator can be made from a small engine, a pulley, and a car alternator. To create electricity, the engine's drive shaft must turn the pulley, and the pulley must spin the alternator. Just like in a car, the alternator is designed to convert mechanical energy generated by the spinning pulley directly into electrical energy, which is exactly what the colonists need to charge their batteries.
Woo! No exhaust.
The pressure washer engine works. Now Michael can start converting it to spin an alternator and generate electricity. But to keep it running, they'll need fuel.
So we can run the generator either on gasoline, which we could either scavenge, siphon, maybe there's vehicles outside, but I've got to imagine that that's getting less and less plentiful.
With an inventory of less than 5 gallons of gas, John C. thinks of another option.
We have tons of pallets, so wood is a great option. So I think we all agree we've got to get to a more sustainable power generation. We've got to have something that's renewable.
In times of disaster, resource shortages force the survivors to make do with the materials at hand.
I used to live in Austria, and I lived with a family that the grandparents told me during Second World War, they and all of their friends had to convert their cars, their gasoline cars, to run on wood.
John's idea is called a wood gasifier. A wood gasifier consists of 2 containers, each filled with wood scraps. The wood in the first container is used to build a fire. The fire heats the wood in the second container, releasing a flammable vapor made of hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and methane, known as wood gas. The wood gas is then piped into the pressure washer engine that will be outfitted with an alternator. The engine will run off the wood gas, just like gasoline.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this big one here, we're going to put wood chips in it, we're going to put it on top of this, and we're going to cut a hole in this one, have a fire going under it, and it's going to make all the wood chips in here kind of smolder, but it's going to release all of the gas in the wood, and we're going to funnel that gas in up through an exhaust pipe here.
While Morgan and Vladimir fill the barrels with wood, John C. looks for a nozzle to release the gas from the gasifier.
Been able to find a fitting, just put a little bit of Teflon tape. I've got this hydraulic fitting. At this point, we should be able to cook that thing up and see if we get a jet of gas out of this thing. All right, so a little bit of Teflon tape here.
Make it airtight sealed.
In this barrel, we put the fittings that I had found, we closed it up. Vladimir had lit a fire with the wood that Morgan had drawn.
It looks like it's catching pretty well.
After 30 minutes to let the fire build up, it's time to test the gasifier.
If a gasifier is constructed properly, the barrel will be full of only flammable wood gas. If not constructed properly, air might mix with the wood gas, and lighting it from the nozzle could create a flashback, igniting all the gas in the barrel like a bomb.
Burn it! Burn it!
This is only water vapors. Only water vapors.
The gasifier isn't a bomb, but it's not working either.
The distillate, the vapor that was coming off, had enough wood gas to actually ignite.
The gasifier prototype is cooled off. The engineers analyze it to determine why it failed to produce wood gas.
It's just goo is coming out. We're trying to see if it's charred or if it's it hasn't even gotten hot enough to burn.
In the first stage of gasification, wood turns to charcoal. If the wood in the gasifier isn't charred, then it's not getting hot enough.
We were not efficient enough.
In the end, we never got enough heat into the barrel.
We need more heat in a smaller vessel.
Vladimir has an idea on how to achieve the heat they need.
This that's inside here.
Okay.
The gasifier's fuel container needs to reach 451 degrees to start producing wood gas. One way to increase the temperature would be to place the wood container directly inside the drum.
Vladimir's modified design requires a smaller container for the wood and a longer pipe to release the wood gas. Vladimir looks for a pipe, while John finds an Army surplus gas can.
We found an aluminum pipe that probably was from an umbrella or something like that.
And we found some fittings that actually work with it. And I think it'll fit right
Like this
down
here, and it's going to fit right here like that. And we're going to tighten it up, and it's going to be a tight seal because we need to have all the gas coming out right here.
Morgan fills the can with wood scraps, while Vladimir builds the fire.
Hold on a second. Yeah, let me make a little room here.
What we would expect is to see, just like before, a bunch of steam as it starts to come out, but not nearly as much.
And then
over time, we should be able to torch it, and it should burn it with a kind of sooty flame, I'm hoping.
Do we want it facing that way?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Excellent.
It's already caught.
Just put it on the side.
Okay, what are you thinking there, you guys?
I'm going to try and ignite these gases coming out and see if they burn. That's going to tell us that we are making renewable fuel.
It's burning.
It's burning! It's burning! It's burning! It's burning! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! It's burning! Holy crap!
We torched the end of this thing, this pipe, and it was like the friggin' Olympic torch.
It's burning, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got up to about 9 volts. If we don't get to 12 volts, we're not getting anywhere.
Oh, there's a problem. Oh, this pulley is lower geared than the alternator. So we're running a 3/4 to 1. It's not gonna freaking cut it.
The pulley is too big to spin the alternator fast enough to produce 12 volts and recharge the batteries.
We have no choice. We have to find a smaller pulley.
Michael finds a smaller pulley on the same fan that the large one came from.
Oh, you gotta love that. See, that crappy little weld there? Question is, will our little shade tree mechanic weld hold? Looks like it's holding. Spinning straight. Spinning straight. Whoa! All right.
We need to find out if it's actually producing 13 volts or is it producing 10
Let's go to the
volts or
meter.
whatever.
Let's go to the meter.
And our inverter?
It's fluttering on 13. It's charging, and it's charging good enough.
Because it's vapor and not a liquid, the wood gas bypasses the engine's fuel tank and goes straight into the carburetor.
Let's do it.
There's only enough gasoline in the engine to start it up. If it runs for more than a few seconds, it's running on wood gas.
Connect her up, Mike. For the second time. Not be too rich. Okay.
Right,
All right.
suck it in.
There you go.
Fine tune it.
No gas.